be seated. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to this graduation ceremony in the splendid surroundings of the Whitworth Hall. I know some of you will have traveled quite a way to be here today, and we all appreciate your presence. This is a very special day for graduates. It's a day to be rightly proud of what you have achieved, whether this is a PhD, a master's program, or an undergraduate degree. It's also a special day for family and friends of the graduates. You are likely to have played at least a supporting role in the graduates' achievements, not least through emotional and financial support during their period of study. And I want to thank you on behalf of the university for the encouragement you've given to our graduates. Graduation is also a special time for the university, for the many of my colleagues who are here today, who have taught you and supervised your dissertations and theses. You are graduating from a prestigious university. It is one of the top 5 universities in the UK, and it is ranked 30th or 41st in the world by the 2 most influential rankings of universities. Under normal circumstances, one might not be inclined to boast about coming 30th or 41st. But if it's out of all universities in the world, then it's quite an achievement. What makes us great are our people, both staff and students. During your time here, each one of you, in your own way, have contributed to making us who we are. Not only our current students shape the university, our alumni are as important to us, and I hope you will continue to play a role in making us who we are, also in the future. It is customary on occasions like these to tell you of the famous people connected to the university. The atom was first split here by Ernest Rutherford. Alan Turing developed the first programmable computer here. And Benedict Cumberbatch, who plays Turing in the film of The Imitation Game of Alan Turing's life, is a graduate of the university. If you walked around the quad and around the buildings before you entered the building, you will have seen the list of our 25 Nobel Prize winners over the years, most recently the 2010 Nobel Prize for Physics. Our alumni have made national and international impressions, not just in academic achievements, but in a broad range of fields. Our former students include Anna Ford, a broadcaster who was the first female newsreader on ITV, Margaret Beckett, a Labour politician and the longest-serving female MP. One of our former students and now honorary doctor is Sir Philip Craven, who has represented Great Britain in wheelchair basketball in 5 consecutive Paralympic Games, who has also competed in track and field and swimming in the Games, and who is now president of the International Paralympic Committee. Of the many amazing people who contribute to making us who we are, I would also like to mention our newly appointed Chancellor, the poet Lem Sisay. It's quite possible that some years from now, when one of my successors presents degrees like I'm doing today, your name is included in the list of famous graduates. However, whether you reach fame or not, what I wish for you is that you find your niche in life, professionally and personally, a place where your knowledge and skills are valued and used, and where you have the right level of challenge to develop further as a professional and as a person, while at the same time feeling secure in your own abilities. I know that the degree you've completed at the University of Manchester will have prepared you well for this. All that remains for me now is to encourage you again to keep in touch with the university and with my colleagues who have taught you and supervised you. I hope you're aware that the Alumni Association, our Careers Office, and our library will still offer you benefits now that you're not students but graduates of the University of Manchester. And now I will pass over to Professor Steve Hutchins to speak on behalf of the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures. Thank you very much.
Associate Vice President, colleagues, graduands and your families and friends, As head of the School of Arts, Languages and Cultures, I'm delighted to congratulate those of you graduating today on your stunning success in obtaining your degrees. Colleagues in our school are extremely proud of what you've achieved. They've worked closely with you for 3 years or more if you're being awarded a PhD. Some of you have studied with us for your BA, MA and PhD degrees, meaning that you've shown tremendous loyalty to us over 7 or 8 years and have become part of our academic community. Some of you who are being awarded a PhD today have also been teaching assistants, working alongside us in teaching our undergraduates so that you are our valued colleagues as well as our inspiring students. We hope that whether you're being awarded a BA, MA or a PhD today, you found your time here intellectually and academically stimulating. Because whatever else studying for a degree gives you, the experience should have been one where you found yourself both challenged and excited, and where you yourselves have become authorities on the topics you've researched. I'm extremely grateful to my colleagues for having given you that experience. For many of you, I have no doubt, it will have transformed your lives, though you may not know it yet. I therefore ask you all to join with me in thanking the teaching and support staff and your supervisors for all their efforts and dedication during your time with us. This ceremony in our magnificent Whitworth Hall reminds us all of the bold Victorian hopes and aspirations for our university. It also reminds us that the disciplines you've studied have both a long and distinguished record at this institution, and that the university was a pioneer in several of the disciplines you've studied. When the university was founded in 1851, classics was one of the principal art subjects, as was history. The school has the oldest French department in the UK. And it was one of the first to teach Italian. In 1851, in what was religiously a multi-denominational city, and in a deliberate attempt to avoid sectarian divides, the university, uniquely for its time, did not offer degrees in theology, although there was teaching of the Bible in Greek and Hebrew. The theology faculty, founded in 1901, joined our Faculty of Arts in 1992. The Faculty of Music opened in 1904, and in the 1960s, Manchester was one of the first universities to establish formal departments of archaeology, art history, and drama, the latter through a bequest from Granada Television. Our Institute for Cultural Practices, overseeing our teaching and research in arts management and museum studies, was founded in 2008, and our Humanitarian and Conflict Response Institute was established in 2009. I'm very pleased to say that today all of the disciplines represented in today's ceremony are flourishing and are known for their excellent teaching, research and engagement with the wider public, making Manchester a leading name in postgraduate training in arts and languages. Currently, modern languages, art, history and drama are rated in the top 5 in the UK for research. Colleagues have had success in receiving external funding for their research, and a number of those have included PhD studentships, which have helped fund your research. Today, the school has one of the largest concentrations of PhD and MA students in arts and languages in the country, with over 400 MA students and over 300 PhD students, many of them coming from all over the world to study here. Our current MA and PhD programs are designed to prepare our students both for professional life outside the academy and for those who might want to pursue an academic career. We have a Director of Research Training in the Arts who has a brief not only to encourage students in research methods, but also in the skills needed for the world of work. We have a graduate school offering both a physical and web-based presence to help foster a sense of an academic community amongst our graduates and to enable them to make the most of their interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary opportunities on offer with the school. We're also very proud of all the degree programs represented here, but because of the numbers involved and their links to professional practice, several warrant special mention. So our largest MA programs include translation and interpreting studies, conference interpreting and intercultural communication. Our MA in Translation was one of the first in the UK to achieve membership of the European Masters in Translation Network in recognition of the professional relevance of the training they provide and the employability of their graduates. Graduates in arts management and museum studies are themselves often already key players in the creative industries and go on to inform and shape the sector. Our graduates in humanitarianism and conflict response are dealing with some of the most most pressing challenges of the day and combine academic study with reflection on practice in the field. When Manchester, along with other English universities, started to offer PhD programs in 1918, it was soon realized that without adequate funding and proper facilities, it would be difficult to attract large numbers of students. Those issues have remained serious concerns for the last 100 years, and the university is committed to improving its facilities for its graduates and, where possible, seeking funding for their support. I'm pleased to report that the Arts and Humanities Research Council provides funding for the Northwest Doctoral Training College, with 200 studentships over the next 5 years, and with this university as its lead institution. We're also one of the partners in the AHRC Centre for East European Language-Based Area Studies. Taken together, these awards strengthen the case that the school is one of the leading providers of postgraduate study in arts and languages in the UK. However, it is clear that funding for MAs will be a major issue for the future, and I'm pleased to remind you that any student obtaining a first-class BA from this university will be awarded a £3,000 bursary to pursue postgraduate work here, and that MA students from 2016 will be eligible to apply to the Student Loan Company. I'm also pleased to announce the following prizes. Firstly, Julen Haddad Del Vecchio, MA Classics and Ancient History, who's awarded the Alexander Hope Kidd Prize for outstanding performance by an MA student in the Department of Classics and Ancient History, and the Conway Memorial Prize for the best essay or dissertation on Virgil. Mao Hui Deng, MA in Screen Studies, awarded a prize for the outstanding performance in the MA in Screen Studies. Courtney Stickland, MA in History, for outstanding achievement in the MA in History. Charlotte Marriott Doddington, MA Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, HCRI Prize for the highest overall average mark. Hannah Scott, MA Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, HCRI Prize for outstanding dissertation mark. Cal Doherty, MA Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, HCRI Prize for outstanding dissertation mark. Rosa Martinez Quadros, MA Religion and Political Life, Brandon Memorial Prize for highest dissertation mark in comparative religion. Brian Kelly, MA Religion and Political Life, Leonard Hasse Memorial Prize for the joint highest dissertation mark in Religions and Theology. Robert Dunn, MA Religions and Theology, Leonard Hasse Memorial Prize for the joint highest dissertation mark in Religions and Theology. And Caroline Kay, MA Religions and Theology, the Bernard Jackson Prize for the highest dissertation mark in a field of Jewish studies. After this ceremony, I invite you to join colleagues for a drinks reception. Graduands and guests should go to the Eats restaurant in University Place. I hope you thoroughly enjoy the rest of the day. Please keep in touch with us and visit us when you're back in Manchester. We wish you the very best of luck for the future and look forward to hearing how you're doing. Thank you.
Vice President, on behalf of the Senate of the University, I present to you for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Anne Louise Critchlow. And the following candidate is also awarded the President's Doctoral Scholar Award, Kaya Davis Hayon. Rohan Prabhakar Gideon. Julian Alex Hartley. Dang Lee. Alison Jean Millerman. Edward Owens. Jose Ignacio Pesino Rodriguez. Emma Sheldon. Jonathan Talon. Francis Tay. And the following candidate is also awarded the President's Doctoral Scholar Award, Joseph Twist. Denis Vladimirovich Volkov. And in Doctor of Practical Theology, Mary Travis. And for the degree of Master in Philosophy in Music, Elizabeth Caroline Grange. And in Archaeology, Rosemary Needham. And for the degree of Master of Research, Languages and Cultures, Research Route, Hester Lonergan. And for the degree of Master of Arts, Archaeology, Julie Mary Birchinall. Lois Stone. Samuel James Thornley. And in Art Gallery and Museum Studies, Laura Ann Biggerdike. Hannah Mary Bonney. Ashley Marie Bott. Laura Claire Breyer. Mumina Zulifakar Butt. Joel Fagan. Julia Grappoli. Sonia Rose Llewellyn. Erica Moggenthal. Jonathan Nash. Hannah Elizabeth Rose Prescott. Amy Louise Reed. Robert Lawrence Rees. Edward James Trotman. Caitlin Ann Zaccaro. Qian Zheng. And in art history, Nicola Jane Cully. Hazel Nico Shaw. And in arts management, policy and practice, Rebecca Ruth Atkinson. Lily Louise Bracegirdle. Susan Burnell. Maria Christina Corana. Elena Cavallero. Claudia Magdalena Januszewska. Sarah Jane Montgomery. Rebecca Stevens. Eugenia Rose Whitby. And in classics and ancient history, Julaine Abad Del Vecchio. Tom Alexander Ellison Scott. Lucy Helen Garland. Shannon Alyssa Urada. James William Redfern. William Leonard Rigby. And in conference interpreting, Fan Wang. Miao Yang. Christy Han Ting Yang. Wan Zhang. Liang Zhuang. Jin Zhuang. And in history, Ashley James Bennett. Paul Edward Brammer. Patrick Ewan Fletcher Campbell. Leah Catherine Jameson. Ross Gavin Lane. Julia Andrea Erica McLachlan. Thomas James Martin. Philip Nixon. Jacob Daniel Roberts. Courtney Ann Strickland. Yang Zhao. And in Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, Louisa Budd. Eleanor Catherine. Jennifer Alice Chapman. Cal Borgman Doherty. Rosanna Jacqueline Eastman. Benjamin McCabe Gittins. Eleanor James. Charlotte Marriott Doddington. Craig Henry Mitchell. Simweda Moyo. Catherine Newton. Zoya Michelle Parvez. Humera Patel. Hannah Marisa Scott. Caroline Rose Murray Smith. Julia Erin Taylor. Daniel Vernon. Duncan Wall. Duncan Wall. And in intercultural communication, Kejun Dong. Anya Silda Katerina Halder. Vanessa Holly. Eva Napova. Toby Manley. Patricia Daniela Patz. Cecily Pippa Reinbach. Gail Heidi Pito. Billy Nathan Setwan. Mai Wu. Yu Chen Yao. And in Jewish Studies, Nicholas Joseph Kay. And in Religion and Political Life, Brian Patrick Kelly. And in Religions and Theology, Graham Stephen Abbott. Caroline Kay. Daniel Jonathan Walker. And in Screen Studies, Maui Deng. Faye Mitchell. And in Theatre and Performance, Lauren Ash. And in Theatre and Performance Applied Theatre, Yolanda Christine Goodman. Sarah Alice Toohey. And in Translation and Interpreting Studies, Iman Mata Al-Shamari. Na'an. Naomi Lucia Andrioli. Dimitra Andrikou. Asil Atiri. Nadia Aitukin. Rachel Conlan. Natasha Dean. Kimia Etemadi. Matthew Higgins. Sixin Luau. Lucy Beth Meads. Silvana Isabel Nunez Becerra. Helen Maria O'Neill. Courtney Kimberly Pesh. Louise Prowse. Jennifer Michelle Ray. Javiera Ignacia Ramirez Spatari. Elodie Saab. Emma Salkeld. Ella May Turner. Hannah Wormsley. Faye Wan. Lucy Rose Watan. Ivana Zagar. Rui Jiang. Jin Zhu. And for the degree of Master of Music Composition, Mark Dyer. And in Electro-Acoustic Music Composition, James Bagshaw. Sean Andrew Rimmer. And in musicology, Karthika Anaga Devarakonda. And for the degree of Master of Science in Global Health, I am Alomari. Helen Rose Casey. And in International Disaster Management, Fred Clark. Charlotte Crabtree. Linda Crystal DeBoer. Andrew Fisher. Robert Stewart Garbett. Ashley Jane Rushton. Rebecca Grace Towers. Sam Wheatley Smith. Rosalind Wolfe. And for the postgraduate diploma in Art Gallery and Museum Studies, Ruth Eleanor Clapham. And in Humanitarianism and Conflict Response, Mohammed Fawed. And in Translation and Interpreting Studies, Gareth Michael Lloyd. Wenjing Ying. And for the degree of Master of Modern Languages, French and German with honours, Amy Elizabeth Lawson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Ancient History with honours, James Spiridion. And in Archaeology with honours, Claire Elizabeth Corns. Bethany Sarah Johnson. Mandy Louise Stanton. And in Archaeology and Anthropology with honours, Ishan Sinha. And in Chinese Studies with honours, Marina Garvey Birch. And in Drama and Screen Studies with honours, Jasmine Poppy Waldorf. And in East Asian Studies with honours, Daniel Peatfield. And in English Literature and a Modern Language, Russian, with honours, Altima Elizabeth Listopad. And in French and German with honours, Anyana Selvanathan. And in French and Portuguese with honours, Aquila Deramachi. And in French and Spanish with honours, Jessica Lister. And in French Studies with honours, Matilda Nelson. And in History with honours, Rose Sian Ribeck. And in History of Art with honours, Anna Claire Morrison. Robert Gerard Wilder. And in Italian and Spanish with honours, Adam Sebastian MacDonald. And in Modern History with Economics with honours, Kieran James Brown. Jack William Meintz. And in Modern Language and Business and Management, Chinese with honours, Chris Declan Ho Young Richardson. And for the degree of Bachelor of Music with honours, Niamh Lenihan. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Global Health with honours, Rosine Elena Burrows O'Donoghue. Sophie Canham. Robert Causa. Joshua Walker. And from the Luther King House Educational Trust, for the degree of Master of Arts in Contextual Theology, Grace Boateng Owens. Samuel Adam Wright. Gary John Wareham. Julie Herbert. Pamela Jean Sutherland. And for the postgraduate diploma in contextual theology, Babajide Francis Adesinasi. Louise Annette Polhill. And for the postgraduate certificate in contextual theology, Frempong Samuel Sarpong. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts Contextual Theology with honours, David Callender. Kirsty Ann Genevieve Mabbott. Michaela Jane Doherty. Susan Jean Myatt. Wendy Ellen Ake. Jonathan Mark Wilson.
If I can then ask you lot to stand up, please. And put your hats on. Because you are now formally graduates of the University of Manchester, and we have a final chance to congratulate them all. I hope you all have a lovely day of celebration, and I now declare the ceremony closed.